Hello, everybody. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Michelle. Walking around this beautiful, cooling Monday morning before I go to my volunteer work that we sometimes volunteer at the seniors' home and help the elderly when it comes to bingo. Sometimes the elderlies, they can't move their hands and their fingers sometimes because whenever you get to that age, sometimes you lose that movement, some movements and all movements of your hands and your fingers. And sometimes I also volunteer in it's a community service work that we do some things like we usher, like doing all sorts of services and support and stuff like that. That's one thing. And then I'm going to be, attending to my, like doing some workout at the gym and keeping healthy, keeping shape, getting out of the house, and forgiveness upon my whole family that they all have their strange, unusual ways of keeping the place clean and keeping their lives organized and function. But fortunately, I could see dysfunction and disorganized and causing me to grieve and bearing with all these things. But yeah, like, here's the thing. I have this interesting subject. It says, the title is why people let things, why let things go too late? Okay, that's a good topic. The topic, why people do it too late in life, like why are they so dysfunctional, disorganized with themselves, or those in your life are if you have been where I've been, guys, you're not alone. Maybe you're grieving, maybe you're frustrated, maybe you're stressed, maybe you're in a point of getting fed up, or someone is going through this in the same thing. I'm in the point says, God, I believe it's very close. God, it's time for me almost to leave the nest. It's time for me to make a move and get myself prepared and ready. For now, I'm just getting out of the house, doing things some people cannot do. I know there's this lady who's did a YouTube channel. She doesn't have a physical place to live, but she has traveled from Buffalo and she made it all the way to Alaska. She just had made a video, and her it's like it if you wanted to do something, guys, do it with all your heart, mind, and soul, spirit, and strength. Don't wait and seek approval and validation of others. If it's okay for you to travel, if it's okay if you're going across to the Pacific or Atlanta, or moving to another place in the world with your family, your friends, and the people who are so comfortable and used to where they are not you guys. Sometimes, guys, we need to have some form of support, but we don't seek the support necessarily from family and friends. Some will let you down. Some of them could be don't have a vision, goals, and dreams, and a purpose for their lives. They're still the same, stuck, unusual ways. They have to find their own ways. But for you gotta be determined. You gotta be flexible. You say, you know what? I'm not doing this for others. I'm doing this for God, and I'm doing this for my sake. I want to encourage, inspire others. If they see that good part about what I'm doing, great. No matter what, guys, I'm here for you. If you want to subscribe, if you like this video, hit the thumbs up and add the comments below. Because sometimes, guys, we all have to make a move. We all have to try to be creative. We all have to try to think of positivities. Not everyone's going to do it for you, but you got to do it for yourself. If they are not in the same path of journey as you are, forgive them. But it's time to set boundaries, create ways for yourself. When I was a child, guys, my mom was afraid to travel away from, get out of the city, try to experiment and try something different and something new. I felt complacent. I felt stuck. I felt, where am I going from here? My mom does not realize she's so comfortable, so used to her own environment, and I say to myself, what am I doing to make things going on and happen? I know it's not easy to look for a job. I know the government system is crummy, and you see everyone seems to be prospering or ahead of you, but let's not think about that. What can we do out of small things and make that happen and stop those are draining out of our energy, our time, our resources, and everything, especially your money. I notice everyone wants to, some people may tend to be okay, but then certain people are not. But guys, if you need any encouragement and comfort, compliments and support, I'm here for you. If you, just like I need, it's hard to find people who could support and cheer me all along the way. Sometimes, guys, we all get fed up. We're all getting sick and tired about depending on what it is in our lives that we want to move from here to there. We can't be like our parents. We cannot, sometimes not all our generation before us, it's not all of their faults. It's not all of them. Some of them are amazing. Some of them are great. Some of them set a good standard, try to make a life for us. And then guess where we are right now? But not everybody has the generation before us to do things. A generation before my mom, she was all right, but you know what? She has put her $3 down. My mom's mom, and you know what? She favors the her cousin and the three nieces instead of my sister. Instead of my mom and the other two aunts I have. She had really put them down, and it was really up to my mom to support, supply, and bring them places, encourage and comfort them. But now two of them are not living in Ontario no more. They did something that is out of their own comfort zone, out of everything. That's why, guys, we are not perfect. We're not here to blame, criticize, and judge other people, especially those in our family members. It's just like there are family, there are friends that will weigh you down, they will push you down. The government is not going to do nothing for you. The majority of our family and our friends won't do nothing for you. I can see them stuck, I can see them complacent. There's some areas you have to be very careful, be aware. Don't be so comfortable with the relationships that you have at times. Because, sometimes they like to glue you to right where they are. They're afraid to lose that support. They're afraid to lose your sense of company and your support. Things are getting harder, are going to understand and see. And not everybody has families in these other cities across North America. Sometimes they moved away from their loved ones. Probably try to discover and explore job opportunities, other opportunities, differences. But sometimes something has happened to them. Not everybody is poor. Not everybody is broke. And not everybody has all that money in the world, but sometimes, God, it's called balance. What can you do in the meantime? If someone's wrong and taking advantage over your resources, energy, time, and money, it's probably start setting some boundaries. Okay, so I suggest setting boundaries over my loved ones at home. Like, I can't drink wine at times. I cannot. I may have to cut back and try to explore other ways and separate myself away from others. If you have to separate yourself, and you're doing a YouTube channel, a business, anything, go for it, guys. But find that encouragement, love, and support. Number one, God will help you through this process. Number two, you might have to do things on your own. Number three, find the people that are those beside your other former family and friends. Because sometimes they could be your own family, your own supporters, your own encouragers along the way. Find the right connections of those people that will help you to press forward. I know the AIs, taking over some jobs. I know there's a lot of people coming from India and places like that are moving, like here, for example, moving here to Canada. And a lot of people who have been born and raised here are having for the majority of some, having a hard time finding a job or land that dream job they want. And you know what, guys? We have been pushed away, set aside, and saying we're not good enough. But guys, don't never give up. Never give up hope. Because for me, I had to trust God and His timing and everything when it's the right time to find that job, and what I'm doing now, doing YouTube channel and something else I might want to try to do, and finding a place to stay, even though the cost of living is crazy. There's some places in the world it's cheaper than America. Maybe some places America and Canada is affordable. And my friend, one of my friends, he's in Thailand. He just moved recently out of that 2-bedroom apartment place. It was too much for him, so he moved to a more 1-bedroom place. It's reasonable. It's nice. It's almost like the other apartment he landed there. I want to speak to him very soon about doing mini coins and how to increase my chances. This is why it's good to separate yourself, guys, away from people that will distract you and take you away from where God wants you to be able to do. Even Christians, they can easily get persuaded and distracted by people, and they're not reading their Bibles. They're not praying. They're not disciplined. Guys, discipline is a good thing. It's hard to discipline yourself. If you have a hard time disciplining yourself, it takes small, gradual steps to overcome something that's holding you back, and it's causing a lot of setbacks. Sometimes in relationships, some of them may not be the people that you want to surround yourself with all the time, or perhaps you had to let go of them. Perhaps. To me, I'm tired of living with my sister, and her man is with her, and then, this is personal life, of course. But yes, I'm not going to sit around and do nothing. I know they're trying to do whatever they can to survive and to enjoy every moment of it and avoid my mom and her man, because I'm in the same boat as they are, but I had to separate myself away from them too. So guys, whatever you do it with all your heart, mind, soul, spirit, strength, and separate yourself away from others and fulfill what God wants you to do and to be. Never give up, and discipline yourself if there's some areas that you need to avoid or separate for a while. So anyways, you have a good blessed day, and God bless.